Hey guys, this is Kaye with Jonathan and Kaye Wedding Films, and today I wanted to go over with you guys how I create thumbnails for our videos. So when you pull a still from a video, most of the time, if not always, it's going to be a little soft. It's going to be a little blurry, because motion blur is a thing when you try to take a still from video. And so I used to just try to sharpen it and it never worked. And so I want to show you guys the trick that I do that I discovered that I'm sure other people know about. But for me, it was a discovery point and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So in Photoshop, when you go to sharpen, you don't do sharpen, but you do shake reduction because shake reduction is going to reduce motion blur. And so it just kind of samples a point. I don't want to sample the hairs on his neck. It made it really sharp. Let's see. I think I would have rather do more on the face and the glasses, maybe like right here. So it's doing an auto analyzation. So it's analyzing it and it's creating settings based on this sample here that it's sampling. And that's not bad. Let me just play around with the sliders a little bit. Smooth sharpening, that's probably a good thing here. And now I'm just going to go, so it's previewed. You can see the changes here. So I'm going to unpreview because I want to see what it looked like before. So you can definitely see it just kind of got cloudy looking, like a little, the clarity is gone. It's not really blurry, but it's like the clarity is gone. So I like that. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK. And so now it's sharp. You can see that his hair is sharp, flowers are sharp, all of this is great. Something else I need to do, I think this is just a Canon 1DX issues. Our 4K shoots wider than actual 4K. It's not like a 16:9 ratio or, I don't even know. I'm not super techie, you guys. I just know how to fix what I need to fix. Okay, so I got rid of those edges there. Something else I like doing is under dodge. There's dodge and burn here. So I like to also kind of lift up a little bit of the shadows, maybe even the mid-tones. I just kind of want to like highlight, certain areas of the image because this is essentially a picture. This is what people are going to see as the thumbnail. So I want the thumbnail to look good. The color isn't bad. I feel like her hand here is a little green. And that's getting really picky, but let me just show you guys how I would fix that. So if I brush and I sample like a nice warm color here, and then I go to, so opacity is really low, it's good, and colors selected. You could probably do, I was thinking maybe something like soft light as well would work, but since we are literally coloring on a color, I'm just going to color her hand a little bit, make it a little warmer. You know what? You can just kind of fake it as long as it looks good. It's just a thumbnail. It's not going in their album. Is that good enough? That's too orange. Let me just stop right there. Okay, so let me just show you guys how I want to kind of heal. This is the Band-Aid. This is the healing tool. This is under spot healing. And I just kind of want to go in here and clean a little bit up of their skin because I really like this shot. It's really sweet. But when it's a frozen image, you pay attention to certain anomalies more so than a moving image. Kind of the same thing. Like when you see somebody in person, you don't really notice any physical flaws. You just see the person as you know them. But as soon as you take their picture, I don't know if any of you watching this has any portrait photography experience. When you take their picture and you look at the image, you're like, whoa, I didn't even realize their face was so asymmetrical. Or man, I didn't realize they had, a large mouth or something like that. When you still an image, or when you capture a person in a still image, I should say, you do see more of the anomalies. And so just to be nice to the couple, just help them out a little bit. And they're not going to wonder why their video isn't edited the same way. It's moving, it's totally different. It's a little tricky here because she's got hairs. But I just wanted to see what I could do with some of this little bit of acne. And all right, I think that's good. Let me just clean up this a little bit. His face is a little bit more of the focus, so I cleaned him up a little bit. So let me zoom back out. And I want to keep it natural looking, but let me do one more thing. Now this is like super advanced, you guys. I do have, no wait, what am I trying to do? Hang on. Clone, no, what clone? Where's clone? I do have Photoshop experience, so this is way advanced, but I want to soften their skin a little bit more. I'm going to turn all of this way down, and I'm just going to clone some of the image, just kind of fill in some of these little, do we even see anything? Let's see. I don't think opacity and flow can both be low. Okay, I don't know if you guys can tell, it's slowly getting softer. I'm just sampling some of his skin, bringing it over into the shadows. That's kind of filling in his face. And same over here. And this will actually help with the shadows of the hair. So I'm just sampling a part with no hair and a part of her skin that's real smooth, and it's filling in the shadows. Again, I do not normally go to this great of lengths, but for this couple, I like this still image for their thumbnail. So as it gets a little darker, I'm just going to start sampling a little bit darker skin. And I just sample and I keep resampling because I don't want it to be a perfect copy of another area of her face. I want it to be varied so you don't see, I just like copied a big section. And flow, a low flow is key to being able to get away with doing this too. The flow is the output of the brush. So it's just kind of like spitting it out really softly and slowly versus at 100%. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys. All right, I'm not trying to get rid of all of these little hairs, I guess. I need to blend in some of this dark here. Now I don't even know if I'm going to post this. Is this like way too advanced? This is not how I wanted this video to go. But maybe it'll help you guys. If nothing else, you can learn from the shake reduction. So I think that's good. I feel like I'm just being really picky now. I feel like this little hair here looks like a vein. There we go. Now it's gone. And this little hair too. Starting to just look like veins on her face. So now I'm using the heel brush tool. So depending on how important your thumbnails are, that depends on how, that's going to determine how much time you want to spend on your thumbnails. Again, this is excessive. I don't normally do this much skin correction. I think they'll appreciate it though. And there's their thumbnail. All right, so that's their thumbnail. And the last thing I want to do is just warm it up just a smidge. So we can see if I can just push over the master. It's actually not bad. And let me just do a little bit warmer. There we go. All right, I think that's it, you guys. All right, that's the thumbnail. Hopefully it doesn't take you guys that long. But that's how I do it, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So, all right, that's all.